Welcome back to the Compound Podcast, presented by Parse Ron. This is episode, who the fuck knows? 140. Episode 140 of the Compound Podcast, presented by Parse Ron. I love Parse, you love Parse. It's 2023. First episode of 2023. We're back. Thank you for staying with us through the hiatus of the holidays. I hope everybody had a great New Year. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. Great holidays.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Happy New Year, stars.
We're gonna start off this year by picking a winner to the Kendra Scott Photoshop contest. Who gets a Tom t-shirt?
They get their choice of the Compound t-shirts in the John Boy Media Shop.
I'd like to tell a little backstory first. The backstory is I'm in Austin. I'm on South Congress, which is a street there, a little shopping street. And I'm walking down. I see this big Kendra Scott sign. I knew the store was there, but I was like, oh, I'll take a picture of this. Be great. I snapped the photo, sent it to the group text. Tom goes, what do you want me to do with this photo of the Kendra Scott store? Why didn't you take a picture in front of the store?
It was kind of a good point.
It would have made more sense for you to stand in front of it.
Sorry, Tom. Sorry I didn't go pose in front of the store. But then he came up with a great idea for this Photoshop. People loved it. It was great. And so now we have some candidates, and we're going to pick who gets the shirt. And it was all thanks to Tom. Tom, maybe put like the finalists up in the
YouTube?
In the YouTube. First finalist is the
I think I already got my vote.
Pictures of all of us, and Rizzo is the son with the Parse bottle.
It's us in like random pictures like they found on like our Instagram, I think.
That one is fantastic.
And then you got Nico in the back saying, is that so? Scotty's on.
And then there's a Sloan valve in that one too that's very sneaky, right by like
that's right in front of you. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Then
one
you
of
have
Ian,
then you have the one where Tom is the bird above everybody.
That's the most well done edit, I think.
I love that one.
That one is fantastic. This one with the shopping bag where Shorty is running with the shopping bag killed me.
I don't know what the random duck is.
I'm not sure why the duck is there.
But like I don't know why it's there.
Whoever did it, I would like for them to tell us why the duck is there. But Shorty running with this bag is photoshopped so perfectly and hilarious.
That is good. That's good stuff right there.
I appreciate the one that was the lockout photos. Different and interesting. Probably not the winner, but different and interesting.
I already know my vote.
And then you have this one with all the bubbles, and Dakota's hat with the question mark cracks me up.
TBD. Probably never.
And then this eggnog. You drinking the eggnog with this photo is...
The eggnog one's the best one because you also got Zack holding an iPad that says Kike Hernandez highlights on it.
Hey, and you know what's funny is
that's incredible.
The picture or the thumbnail of that is at Comerica too.
That's so. But then they have the billboard, stupid billboard that John Boy had, really dumb billboard that cut my name off it. Keep it in, Tom. Don't cut that. It's a dumb billboard. So minus a point for putting that in there.
But plus a point for the eggnog. So they're back to
plus 10 points for the eggnog.
Oh, right.
Okay. Everybody has to vote. Tom,
well, then you got
first.
The last one. Then there was one more with Ian making a catch.
Oh yeah.
Me and Tom posing for a picture basically together.
Dakota, that's a great photo of you. That was from
looks
like
you were in that photo, Ian. It's when we visited the John Boy house.
It looks like I'm visiting a Sloan stall.
Yeah, it does.
Everybody has to put in your vote. Tom, you first.
Before we vote, very quickly, I want to there was way more recipients than just these people. So many people put in Photoshops, including our own Sarah Tepper, who does a great job on the TikToks. Hers is honestly probably my favorite, but she's totally ineligible. She spent all day lobbying me to try to become eligible. Sorry, if you work for the company, you're not eligible to win the prize.
That's fair.
But thank everyone.
Maybe give her a shirt anyway to wear around.
I said that's what I said to her. And I said, if you want a compound shirt, we'll just get you a compound shirt. You don't need that. But thanks everyone who participated. I'm going to vote my favorite one. There's so many good ones. Me as the Hawk really makes me laugh, but I like the one with Dakota and I because we both have on the necklaces that we didn't receive from Kendra Scott. So that's my vote.
Damn, wow, you have good eyes, Tom. I didn't know you weren't wearing it either.
Yeah, that one's very detailed. That one, by the way, is from.
We're all wearing them.
Yes. That's from Joe at Burden Burner on Twitter. So thanks to Joe for that.
Okay, that's your vote, Zach.
Mine is the one with me holding the iPad, just because of Dakota's face, and then in the background you can see Hap like leaning over, making a smirk, and like looking at us, just like, Jesus, they're idiots. Like this is who I work with.
Dakota.
But I will say no Tom though. I don't think.
Yeah, no Tom. It's okay.
I don't like that one.
That one.
I don't like that.
Well, it's okay. That one's by Jameson Hiller. They did a great job.
Trying to see if he's hidden in there somewhere. A lot of these got hidden people.
That's what I'm looking. I'm looking like it's where's Waldo? Where's
Seeing
Tom?
if he's like in the tree or something.
Can I tell you, there's a guy in the background who I did think for a second could have been me.
I thought that was you
walked
too, and I
out
was like,
the store.
that's fucked up if that's Tom.
Yeah.
Dakota.
It's 100% the eggnog one. It's not even close. No offense. You put eggnog in there and you had my vote instantly. I didn't even have to look at anything else.
You see anything?
I'm gonna go with this first one with Rizzo as the son, with all of us in it.
Well,
Of
you got
course,
outvoted.
of
You got
course.
outvoted. So
Weird.
But Efros in the sign and Nico back there, that one was hilarious to me.
you know what?
But
You
the
know-
eggnog one was a close number 2, and I'm happy that they're the winner.
You know why I hate the Rizzo one? Because he's who you wish you were with. We're like you settled for us.
That's a fact.
You
No.
settled, and this is what you're stuck
No.
with now. And you wish you were with your main man Tony. Like, oh, me and Tony hanging out, being
Hey,
best
Riz.
pals.
Hey, Riz,
Tony
Tony
remember
would be,
that time
Tony
we were on
would
the-
be
Remember we were on the
Tony would be a
90-foot
bad host,
yacht
and he'd be hard
together
to
in
work with.
Chicago?
Ian, that was also my second. If I didn't vote for the other one, I was going to vote for that one. And that's
That
by
was your
Madison,
second.
by the way. She DM'd us. So that's people might not see that one. I'll make sure that's in the video because that was
Good
just
thing you didn't vote that one, because if we had a 2-2 draw, this could get crazy.
Well, then 2 people would have got shirts, you know?
That's
Ooh.
true.
Oh, we're just handing out participation trophies now, Tom? Come on.
Well, not anymore because the Madison only got 1 vote. Sorry to Madison.
Okay, we have a very special episode today with new Cubs
Congrats
catcher.
to our winner. Congrats to our winner.
Yep, congrats to our winner. Enjoy the shirt. We have a new Cubby, Tucker Barnhart, just officially announced today. Talked to the press today, I guess. I'm very excited to have him on. Very excited to talk a little switch hitting. We're going to talk a little catching behind the dish. Joining a new team, former teammate of Shorty's. So very excited for that. Before that, not that much happened while we were gone, but I would like to touch on a contract extension from Rafael Devers, brought to you by Athletic Greens, because you better have your Athletic Greens if you're going to go out there and get a contract extension. AG1. Dakota, did you have it this morning?
I did every morning. I don't eat it at night like you psychopath. Or drink it, sorry.
Yeah, I did have. What was that last pod that I was drinking it at night?
Yeah, you drink it at night. Like a
Um,
psycho.
I've been traveling quite a bit. I travel, and I've been taking the travel packs on the road with me so that I can make sure I get my 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced superfoods and probiotics with me.
Smart.
And very, very, very convenient to travel with them. Zach, would you like to say something nice about AG1?
Zach loves
I
that.
think-
I mean,
Greens?
every morning still. What I mean, it's just kind of a part of a daily routine.
So
Okay.
one of the events for you.
Athletic Greens family over here.
No cap.
Contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything, while tasting good. Athletic Greens, free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. athleticgreens.com/compound, athleticgreens.com/compound. Take ownership over your health. Okay, let's talk about Rafael Devers. 11 for 331. Talk to me, Dakota.
I think in 2 years, he will be severely underpaid with that contract. I think he could get an absurd amount of money if he waited till free agency, because I think
Free
he's
agency is
that
only
good.
1 year. Free agency is only 1 year. He's in his last year of
No,
Auburn.
I know, but I'm saying after this year, I think he would have got like a $400 million contract from a team.
Yeah.
I think
so
he's that good.
you're saying if he played through this year, you think he has another unbelievable year like he's had his whole career. Market's a little light next year, and you're saying he goes out, somebody clips him.
I think he
350,
gets a
400.
bigger deal than Aaron Judge
Whoa.
because
He's
he's
only
27 years
only
old.
20
He'll be
yeah, he's only
27 in
26.
that.
What are you
That's
paying?
I mean.
20 years?
I'm saying he'll be 2 years younger.
No,
than
I know.
Judge
I
is.
know.
I just think that's a huge difference. That's 2 more years of prime baseball.
So he signed that $17 million 1 year. Does that count for this year or does it count into that contract?
It's included. Yeah. 17 and a half was his last ARB number. That's included in this deal.
Do you think yesterday when they were tweeting all that out, they're like, ooh, they think this is good. Just wait.
And I think
It was.
Or they were like, wow, we're getting bitched at right now. We better extend this guy in 24 hours.
No, this thing's been in the works for a long time, and they've been talking for years. But they've been close for a little while. They got this. I think this was like the last kind of goodwill gesture to get that number out there. Honestly, a little bit surprising that they posted it and didn't just wrap it into the contract. But obviously, getting that done early kind of signaled that they were talking and working on stuff. So. I mean, good for him. Regardless, I think this is a good deal both ways. I think, obviously, he's played in Boston. He likes it there. They need to lock down a horse. Like, he is young. He gets paid. That's a lot of security. He gets to play in Boston for the rest of his career. And then I think this is a good deal for the Red Sox to have him in the middle of the lineup every day.
I love watching him play.
And that's what I say
fan.
underpaid, but I mean, like, he could have gotten more if he
I think
waited,
so too.
I think.
Yeah. I think if people balk at this number, if people are like 330, that's ridiculous.
He's getting 30
like,
million a year.
Just
yeah.
Well,
I calculated it.
You're smart.
I can type into a calculator. I think Zach would agree with me though, because I know Zach loves Devers.
No, I think he's great. Again, I forgot how young he was, but it's like at some point I just feel like you're splitting hairs where it's like, he's making 30 mil opposed to 33 or whatever. And like, yeah, obviously that's a big deal. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, like he's young. You don't know what's going to happen when he gets older. It's just every contract though. But it's like, again, if somebody comes up to you and
play
says,
first too, like
that's what I was going to say.
Right,
he can play first towards the end.
Is he doesn't play short like a demanding position where it's like, hey, he's going to wear down. It's like he can go sit at first base and hit you 30 homers when he's 35.
You know what's crazy too is he play. Yeah, you can say that he plays with the Green Monster too. But like, if he's going to pull a ball, you got to pull it to get it out of there. Like that's a long way to center field and to right center.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I think as a lefty, no shift is going to help him a little bit. Not like significantly because he's a great hitter and sprays the ball, but
I have a lot of Red Sox friends who I went to school with who are still in the area. We were talking last week at the dinner, and we were just talking about Devers and just how kind of everybody's getting extended, and there was kind of radio silence, I guess, on social media and stuff. And then when he signed that one deal yesterday, we were all like, oh my God, he's going to walk. Like they're going to let him walk. I didn't know that, obviously didn't know it was going to happen the next day, but I was like, I just feel like you gotta lock this guy up, especially with the Mookie trade with who I think Jeter Downs was like the last piece of that to not be there. Or no, they still have Verdugo, but like Jeter Downs was supposed to be the next big thing coming up for them. And they caught a lot of heat of that when they DFA'd him recently. And it's like, you're letting all of these guys go. You better sign this guy to a long year.
I think it was the same as Judge. It was like, if you let him go, ownership and the GM, like you'll never live it down. Like you can't let that guy that you built in your system leave your team, because that's a top 10 hitter in baseball. Realistically,
I think that's such a good example of the prospect thing about how all these prospects and everything's going to be great. They're all going to be so good. They traded Mookie for just 4 players? What did they get? 4 or 5 guys?
Yeah, it was Verdugo, Downs. I'm not sure who else, but
with some top guys in that
Connor
system.
Wong.
And you look back now and you're like, nobody from that trade is on the Red Sox roster except for the guy that was already producing in the big league. So
Again,
That's all
that's
they
like
got?
it's like what Theo said years ago. It's like I will trade a prospect any day of the week. You just don't know.
you have no idea what's going to happen. See, it's not easy to prove yourself in the big leagues. That's all. Tom,
I was just gonna
hot
say,
take.
I can't believe that the Mookie, like looking at the Mookie Betts trade, the Dodgers also got Price, which I understand was
Yeah.
but they get 2 players, Mookie Betts and David Price, and only gave up 3 players. It's still one of the most mind-boggling trades we've ever seen. I think Mookie Betts is one of the best outfielders in baseball for the last decade. He's going to continue to be that, and they got rid of him for seemingly no reason.
Mookie Betts is like realistically the second best player in baseball, like behind Mike Trout. Sorry,
I saw Jeter Downs make his debut against Zack's Go Tigers, and let me tell you, not shocked that he's no longer with the Red Sox.
Hey,
Hope him well in the future.
hey, come on.
That's a good pitching staff on that team. All right, the Tigers.
Go Tigers. And then he did have his first hit against Garrett Cole, right? Maybe that's why you're so salty.
Oh,
He scored a game-winning run too in extra innings.
He had a
Right?
huge hit against the Yankees. I'll give him that.
Yeah, Tom, you know what? I literally read you like a book. It's kind of incredible.
I was going to ask Tom a question about trading Yankees prospects, but I don't want to get into it. Is there anything else? Oh, the Cubs signed Hosmer. Very exciting. Haas is a long track record of being a great player and has a bunch of Gold Gloves. Will be a great addition for us. I think hot take. I think Haas is going to benefit from no shift, maybe more than anybody else in baseball. He hits ground balls so hard.
56%
So
ground ball rate last year, which is truly
How high?
56.
Yep. And he hits it, but he hits the ball hard on the ground. I've watched him in San Diego hit multiple ground ball doubles in the middle of the field. Like ground ball through in the second base hole, double.
good player.
And he's got some winning culture behind him as well from the KC run, which is and Team USA.
It's been around. Guys speak very highly of playing with him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you want to talk about your Jets?
Lions with the day of their life coming up on
But I
Sunday.
want to talk about that, Ian.
We were in the group message, I think, last week when the Jets were playing, and Zack wasn't being very nice. He was being a little short, a little not very.
A little short, Ian. Well, nice.
That
Little,
wasn't supposed.
I
That
knew
wasn't
he,
supposed.
I
to be
knew he
fun.
was going to
a
jump
little
on.
pun. Nice, man. I appreciate that, man.
He was
Appreciate
he was not being very nice, and then I looked up the Jets score to figure it out, and that's what it was. The Jets were getting
No,
smashed.
like it was a mixture between that and then the timing that we were recording. Kind of, I was trying to figure out a hitting schedule as well, because we're recording at night those next 2 times next week. Was it next week or the week after?
Next week.
So I was kind of doing some things, watching my team absolutely just kill my hopes and
Yeah.
dreams. So it happens, man. Like give me
Yeah.
a break. I'm human.
Oh, for sure.
I have something we can talk about. We haven't talked about that. We have a live show coming up next week.
Yeah.
You guys do.
Well, I think it's just Ian.
Boo. Just Ian. Boo. Nobody listen. Boo.
I don't know when this is going to be released on the pod or the YouTube. We have to figure out the logistics of.
I was just going to say, sorry, it's live on Marquee. So if you live in the
Yes.
Marquee watching area, you can watch it live on Marquee from Cub Scott.
Okay, this is what's happening. We're doing a live compound at the Cubs convention, which is really me talking to guys at CubsCon. Unfortunately, the Zoom capabilities were too difficult to include Zack and Dakota and Tom. So we're going to then try to turn that into an episode. It'll be live on Marquee if you want to watch on Marquee. And then we're going to try to turn it into an episode and release that later. But we have another guest coming on next week, hopefully confirmed tentatively, and would be a really fun guest for us to talk to.
Why don't you say who it is?
I don't think you can say confirmed tentatively. Those are 2 words that mean the opposite.
I don't want to say who it is because the tentative confirmation scares me, and I don't want to say who it is and then whiff it because then I'll be disappointed.
How about this? He plays for Tucker Barnhart's old team.
I think
I
that's.
was gonna-
I think
I was
think
gonna
that's enough
ask him
to-
about that too.
I think that's
but-
enough to get the people going. Let's get to the Tucker Barnhart interview. Two-time Gold Glover.
Brought to you by.
Brought to you by.
Roman. Tucker Barnhart coming up in a sec, but first, do you want a better sex life? If so, you're not alone. Roman is here to help. Roman is the digital health clinic for men, addressing a variety of sexual health needs and offering genuine medication that helps achieve and maintain a strong erection. Roman offers discreet wipes that help you last 4 times longer in bed. In men with low T, getting testosterone levels back to normal can increase your libido. Roman offers a testosterone test and treatment for low T. At Roman, there's no waiting rooms and no hassle. It's just a straightforward digital experience from the comfort of your own home. If medication or testing is appropriate, Roman will send it directly to your door. Everything arrives in discreet packaging with free 2-day shipping. To learn more about how you can achieve your own personal sexual health goals, go to row.co/JohnBoy today. That's row.co/JohnBoy today for 20% off your entire first order. row.co/JohnBoy. Tucker Barnhart time.
Row.co.
Yeah.
Row.co. Tom, how do you think they know that it's 4 times longer?
I think there's probably been some testing. You know, our friends over there at Roman, they're doctors. They do science, they do tests, they do studies.
They run independent studies. Let's get to the interview with Tucker Barnhart.
Wait, when a Gold Glover asks a Gold Glover to do something, you do
That's I mean, apparently, Jesus, how quickly they forget.
it. I love what you have your name as. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
As soon as I texted him, he was like, Shorty's gonna kill me he's gonna give me so much shit for not saying yes when you asked.
I did say it was my fault because when you said book me for next week, I completely forgot to like even answer it. And then I texted you that night and I was like, whatever. I understand.
Shorty texted me like 2 hours before he wants to come on. I'm like, hey, I got 2 kids, bro. I got a 5-year-old, I got a 2-year-old, I got a wife. I got a lot of shit going on, brother.
That's what I did say. I said, you know what, guys, it's on me. I said, it's partially on me. And they can vouch. It's my fault.
You're doing the media tour right now. You did the official Cubs announcement today, right?
I did. I'm doing it all today. I'm knocking it all out one fell swoop. It's good.
What are you most excited for about Chicago? Obviously, you were in the Central for a long time, played in Chicago quite a bit, but like, what's the one thing being on the Cubby side that you're excited about?
For sure. Well, first of all, I've heard so many good things about the Cubs organization as a whole, and just how they treat players and how just that they do it right. And it looked like that as a visiting player, right? Like you come in, I mean, I think it goes without saying the environment at Wrigley Field is it's second to none, right? So you see that right off the top. And then as an organization, when you hear things like that, like playing against you guys when I was in Cincinnati, when y'all were making or we were making a run, y'all then obviously, but y'all were making a run in the playoffs. I would say, like, I would mention it to Rizzo, like I'd get to first and be like, you guys look like you're having a blast. And it's like year after year after year after year, it didn't matter who was on the team, what the lineup was. It just looked like you guys were having a good time. And it looked like a bunch of dudes that love playing with each other, that love playing ball. And again, it didn't matter who was on the team. It just looked like a blast. And you couple that with the environment. And then from everything I've heard about how the organization treats players, like I would say that's probably the thing that I'm excited about the most.
So did you go into free agency, like kind of hoping, being like, hopefully Chicago reaches out?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I think, I'd be lying if towards the end of the year in Detroit, it was clear that I wasn't going to go back there, and that's fine. There's no ill will or anything like that at all. And I understand completely. And then I think the human element of things, you start to look around. Obviously free agency is coming up. And so you start to look around to see, well, this could be a fit, or this could be a fit, or maybe it is, or it isn't, or whatever. I'm a Midwest dude. So I live in Indianapolis. I live 2.5 hours away from Wrigley Field. So I was lucky. I was lucky as hell with the Reds to be an hour and 45 minutes, like door to door for almost 8 years of my career. And then, so I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hopeful that the Cubs would reach out, just because proximity to home, just again, the environment, things like that. But yeah, I was hopeful for sure.
I love that. Love a Midwest guy staying in the Midwest.
Me too. What's
Do you
up?
go back on off days? Is that do you like, if we have an off day in Chicago, do you usually go home?
It'll depend. I mean, it'll depend. We're building a house right now, so I may. I didn't. I did early on in my career in Cincinnati. I'd go home on off days, but then it got to become a lot. I mean, especially like when my family's all with me. Like, it may be different now, just because my oldest son is getting ready to start. He'll start real kindergarten in August, so that'll change things where they're gone for the last 2 months of the year. And then obviously if we make playoffs, like, they'll be back in and out there, but it could change if we have an off day at home or whatever, and say we have a night game, which obviously we don't have many, but if we have a night game the next day and I could get home after a day game, spend like 36 hours at home, then maybe. But it just becomes a lot.
You can blame it on the kids, but you can tell us that it's hard to golf when you're going back and forth on off days.
1,000%.
There you go.
1,000%.
Hey,
it's a safe space here.
Even though,
Tuck, you're a player, huh?
I play a little bit. I can play a little bit now.
I warned him. Hey, I did say that you were ducking matchups though all year.
That's not true either. That's not true either.
Come on.
In spring, in fairness, I had no idea who you were in spring. Let's be really honest.
Oh,
hey, but no, because you came up to me. You were like,
that.
"Hey, Shorty, I heard you play golf," and I was like, "Oh,
I don't
dope."
mean that disrespectfully. I don't mean it disrespectfully. I didn't know who anybody was, really, to be honest with you, in spring training. But I will say that my club at home will be hard to not come home and play at during off days. But I got down to a 3-4 this past summer, Ian. But I went into the winter with like at a 3-8 or something like that.
Ian, is that good enough to play in your group? I know you're pretty stingy about who's allowed in.
That's tight. I love that.
All right.
Are you a guy that plays during spring training? Will you get out?
Oh yeah, So the way that all the housing and shit out there, like looking at it or whatever, we didn't start looking until obviously I knew where I was going to be. So it's a madhouse finding a spot with the waste management and the Super Bowl out there this year. So my family's going to come out at the end of February and then like the middle of March for a week at a time. And then we must have found it. Hell, we must have found it like the day that it dropped on VRBO or whatever, but I found a condo on the 9th green of the Champions course at TPC. So
Shorty's so jealous.
I'll be there.
Man.
I'll be there for quite a while. I'll be at that course probably every day in the afternoon until we start playing game.
No, Shorty, you're gonna have a lot of fun in Lakeland, man. Seriously.
Yeah, yeah, it's a blast. Tuck, it's awesome. It's fun.
It's a good spot. It's a good spot.
Zach, you've experienced both.
It's a grit and grind city.
I know, but it's man, because the place that we play at in Lakeland is actually, it's like, I don't know if you played Tuck at Grasslands, like
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good course, but I mean,
you
just
can spray
options. The options that you have in Arizona is just absolutely ridiculous.
There's one on every corner. There's a show course on every corner.
That's exactly right.